Hey up, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop and thank you so much for joining me again. Okay, we're carrying on with this Roberts R747 and so now we've doctored a tuning knob to fit. It was totally the wrong one, you can see that in the last video, and we've done some of the critical caps that need replacing to secure the future of this radio. Now in the last video on this, I know when I looked at it back myself, I could see that that hole was not centered. And to be fair, I videoed it, I wasn't happy with it, even though it's not going to be on there forever. So it's a bit better. Let me get an angle on it so you can see it turn. So you see the clearance there. You can see it against this edge. It's actually spinning freely. It's pretty much centered now. With the it's like a weighted flywheel on the back. So for now, it will do. I haven't got much. You can see it's not actually bang on, but it's not far off. A lot of it is when we put this grub screw in and tighten it up, it pulls the knob to one side. But it's not catching on anything. It is what it is. It'll do for now. So in this video, what I'm hoping to do is concentrate mainly on the badge. I showed you that in the last video. It's a piece of aluminium cut to size, and I've just scrubbed the edges so they're nice and silver. I am going to attempt to get some lettering on this. And what I'm going for, I did see on one of Graham's early videos actually, a badge style. I'm just trying to find it. I took a screenshot on it. I asked Graham if I could use this to show you guys. He said no problem. And Roberts did do a badge that, I'm just getting it up now on my phone so you can see it. You can see it look like that. You see the light up in the ceiling there. So yeah, I'm going to try and get something similar to that out of this blank piece of metal. Again, it's probably going to go terribly wrong and look like just a mess, really, just a bodged up mess. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. Now the way I'm going to do it, I've got some silver lettering that's 5mm. I'm going to try and get Roberts written across there, or either that or a naughty word, we don't know. I think we'll go for Roberts. And then I'm going to work out how to fasten it to the radio and see how that looks. The other thing I'm going to do to this radio is the trim here. We've got some of that car trim. We're going to attempt to put that on. I've cut some to about the right length and I haven't a clue where I've put it, but we'll find that and we'll have a go at that. And then we're going to clean up the wooden ends, but we'll see how far we get in this video. Probably just the badge in this video, and then we'll carry on from there. So I'm going to pause now because what I want to do is kind of measure this out to see where I think these letters are going to be so fiddly to get on straight. I think they're going to look wonky when it's done, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. So I'm going to mask it off a little bit and try and get some markers on it to where I'm going to put these letters. Okay, I've tried to get the camera up close so you can actually see what I can see here. What I've done is I've marked the middle spot of this piece of, it's actually a label that I've put on to mask it off, to lift the letters up off the base, off the bottom, so they're not right on the edge. Try and get them central. And what I'm going to do, because I've marked the middle because Robert's obviously 7 letters, I'm going to put the E in. Is that the middle letter? Yeah, I'm going to put the E in first. I'm going to attempt to put this E in nice and straight on that, and then put the surrounding letters around it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to wet it not done this before. There's nothing, not even practice this. This is probably going to go extremely wrong. I'm going to get the tweezers, try and get an E off. And these, I'm not kidding, they're actually 5mm high. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to try and do it on camera. The camera is in my way a little bit as well. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go off and practice a few times to try and get it right. So we want to put the E right in the middle there, as I can already see, and then oh, it's stuck to the tweezers. This is really smart. I can already see it's not quite straight, I don't think. Let's pull this off and see how that's looking. Can you see it looks like it's on an angle? I'm going to have to pull that off and do that again, I think. So what I'll do, I'm going to pause because the camera's in my way. You can see how I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to be patient, take my time, and try and get Roberts on there, see what it looks like when it's done. So I'll bring you back when I've done that. Okay, following up, I've just looked at that last part of the video, and it did look like I hadn't got this on straight. I think what it was, through the magnifying glass, it distorts it a bit. I managed to straighten up that E. What I'm doing, I've decided doing it by eye is much better. Trust my phone to go off than not, and using it like a water slide. So putting a little bit of water on, a tiny bit. But I can't do this through the magnifier without it getting in the way of the camera. And literally just getting the letter. When it's got a bit of water on it gives you a little bit of time to just slide it around. See how fiddly these are? They're absolutely tiny, these. And of course it's now stuck to the cutting mat. See, I don't like editing stuff when it goes wrong. I'm learning, because I think it's how we learn, isn't it? So when I'm looking through the magnifying lighter, I can see it much better and line them up much better. But you see what I mean? You get a little bit of leeway by treating it like a water slide. I mean, that's not right. Yeah. You get a bit of leeway to move it around, and especially under the magnifier, it's much easier to line them up right. So I'm just going to persevere and carry on getting these letters on and see what the end result is. Okay, I'm sort of halfway through. I'm just going to bring you in a little bit. I'm just going to do one so you can see see how I'm doing it. So as you move on, you get like a little bit of a technique. I found that a dot of water sort of creates a little bit of a float. So the letter floats, and you can really move it around now. Then when it's floating, so let me get the B. I found that, I mean, tweezers are okay, but doing it by hand as well tends to be quite successful. So I'm just going to drop the B down, and you can see it'll actually, they're that small, these, that it'll actually float on the water. And then I can use the end of it's just what the Americans call Q-tips. We call them earbuds. And then it gives me, I'm just using a really sharp pencil, it gives me a bit of flexibility to move it round into the right place. And then obviously once it's dried, it should be stuck down nicely. But I think you get the idea. I'm just doing it gradually. I've actually not got the magnifier on. Looking through the magnifier, it's much easier. You see there that the gap between the B and the E is too big. So I'm going to get it under the magnifier and move it up before it dries out and sticks, and carry on with the rest of it. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to do some handheld stuff to get this camera right in so we can see the finished product. Oops. it is a bit fiddly, but they're hard to get hold of badges, so that will have to do for now. Let me know what you think of the attempt. I'm not so sure. We'll see what it looks like when it's on the radio. Better than 2 holes. Okay, let's move on. Okay, moving on. I always have fun with this. I've got a grommet because the this aerial doesn't fit, but there's, if you look, there isn't much leeway, so we've got to fit this in there and then the aerial in this. One of the you're gonna watch me struggle now because I struggle like hell with these things. One of the way I've found of doing it is to pop on a little bit of WD-40, or I prefer this stuff, to be honest, GT85. I find it doesn't smell as much, and fish oil. So here we go. Let's attempt to get this grommet in there. Like I say, I do tend to struggle with these. Hopefully this one will be forgiving. If anybody knows of a technique to do this, please let me know, because every set that I've had to put grommets into, I have struggled like mad. And what I've got to be very careful of, actually I'm going to use a pencil, probably break the... I've got to be careful of is marking the dial face. But this is how it is for real. It's last little bit never seems to go okay. I know I keep saying the camera's in my way, but it really is. You can see the way I'm set up, so you guys can see what's going on. You'd probably think, how's he doing that? Is he a contortionist? See, I can always get one side in and then struggle with the other one. Oh, it has gone through. It's been a big... I say the WD-40 helps. Oh, it's not seating right at all. And if it don't seat right, there's no way we're going to get that aerial in there. It's going in a bit better. See, it's this side. This side's... It's like the flange isn't seated right. Oh, it's going better. Oh, and that's up against this this post here. Will that have to do? Let's see. It doesn't look right, does it, at all? That is not seated right at all. So I'm not too bothered about this side because it's not the dial face. So let's work on this side. Is it the wrong size grommet? I don't know. It looked round before it went in, didn't it? Oh, that's going better now. That's going much better. Let's see what it looks like on this side. Yeah, that's seated a lot better. Right, again, let's get the GT85 on this. I must still apologise for these videos being... They're more like shorts, aren't they? So I still haven't... Oh, it's not going to fit, is it? I still haven't invested in a memory card for doing longer videos. See, that ain't going to go in there, is it? Let's squirt a bit more of the GT85 on, see if we can't get it in. Probably end up snapping the aerial or breaking the dial face, which would be a disaster. Whoa, there we go, it went. So, yeah, plenty of lube. That's the way to do it. And there we go. It's in. Actually, that's probably one of the easier grommets that I've done. I did want to video it because usually I really suffer trying to do a grommet. I don't know, I've not even measured if this fits in the case, to be honest. It kind of looks, I've got it the wrong way around, haven't I? It kind of looks like it will. If it doesn't, it'll be sticking out too high here, and we'll have to do something with the bracket in the case. With this, I think with this piece now of the radio, which is the main board and dial face, all I'm going to do is get some silver paint and just it's rubbed a little bit on the dial face near the tuning, and there's a few marks. I'm just going to touch them in. Probably do that after. I'm going to put this on one side now. Now the aerial's in there, and so in this video, what have we done? We've done the aerial. We've done the Roberts badge, the aerial. That's it, isn't it? And we off camera we recentered the tuning hole. So I think in the next video, like I say, they have to be quite short, these videos. I'm going to get on with let's move you out so you see it better. Okay, I'm going to get on with this this case. We're going to do the trim on the whatever it's called. Mine's gone blank. Oh, it's called the speaker grill. We're going to do the trim on there. We've still got to affix this badge, so we'll work out how to do that. We'll clean the rec seat is in. Let me move you out a bit more so you can see this. The rec seat is in fantastic condition, and it's like, it looks very orange on it, but it's like it's like an orangey tan colour. Quite like it actually. And we'll have to take this off to be able to sand down these wooden ends. We'll sand them down. We'll put some. I haven't got any Danish oil, but we'll put some. I think I've got this line about this very old teak oil, so it'd be a lighter colour. I'll probably do it off camera. If you look back at my videos, I've done some of these ends on other radios and you've seen how they've come out. I must admit, Danish oil is the best. So hopefully the next video should be reassemble it and test it. So, as always, be good to each other. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the comments. Really like the comments. Keep them coming. And I will catch you in the next one.